Welcome everyone to our special session, which is Real Estate Resources Revealed. I have our incredible team here from our corporate partners that we work with at Real Estate Experts. They have helped us with many a deal, many a client, many a happy client in a variety of different services that they offer. So today they're going to share with you, but just as a brief introduction, what are we talking about today? I invited everyone to unveil these secrets. So some of the best kept secrets are never secrets. They're just things people don't know about. So something I wanted to share with everyone are these programs that are available to the public. So to everyone who's on, your friends, your family, your neighbors, this is available to everyone. These are resources that we have available to us from our partners. And again, relationships are the ultimate key for wealth. So all of our relationships matter. So again, if you hear something today that maybe doesn't resonate for you, but you know someone who might be in one of these illustration, examples or illustrations that we're talking about, feel free to share. We just want to make sure that everyone knows what all of their options are in whatever part of their real estate journey they're in. If they're just trying to get started, or if they're ready to retire and pick a beach in Mexico to go retire on, we're here to help you with that too. So as far as we're getting started today, we'll have some people pop in as we get started. So if you have questions, we have three of our amazing partners here. So I'd like to introduce Mackenzie and Lee and Richie. All right, so these are our partners here, and they're going to share about a couple programs that we've had success in. We've also got some partners from my team here as well to share, what some of the challenges people are facing in the market, because we all talk to a ton of different people in different situations every day. And our job in our work is to make it work, right? We're trying to make everyone's situations work for them in the easiest. Like, I'm a big fan and believer of like the law of least effort. It doesn't have to hurt. It doesn't have to be painful. It will require work, but everything does. So in that, we want to share about some of the programs that we're talking about. So these are programs that we've used to help buyers get into homes. And we've helped these to get homeowners out of their homes. We've also used these to get homeowners out of their homes into their new homes and alleviate a lot of the stress level that happens with having to sell a property before you have to move into another property. There's a smoother way to transition through those courses. So I would like to introduce our team here and have you all maybe introduce yourselves and your realm of experience and what you're speaking to in our chat today.
Great. Well, my name is Mackenzie, and thank you so much for such a nice introduction, Cici. And I work and partner with the real estate experts, and we're really here to help enhance their business through different products and solutions and lending options to help people eliminate the stress, risk, and hassle of buying and selling, or buying or just selling in this crazy market. We all know that we're coming up with different roadblocks and hurdles, and just even selling a home is a really stressful process. And so our aim here is to partner with your agent and help make that transaction a lot smoother. So we have a couple of different products. Lee, who will talk about trade-in, and Richie, who will talk about cash offer. And then we have a different solution where you can just get a cash offer on your home, and it's just the easy button to get out. And so, whatever your real estate need, we're here to partner with Cici, Onyx Wealth, and the real estate experts to deliver those solutions. So I don't know which one you really want to dig into first, Cici. What would be kind of the most beneficial to talk about? I think you're muted.
Of course. So I have a question for the panel of experts here. We have seen a tremendous variety in our market from the beginning of this year, period. So 2022, we have seen something, what I was referring to as the wild, wild west of the spring and the early beginning of the year. And to what we're calling, we're referring to and hearing a lot of like shifting. We're also hearing all these buzzwords in the news. So as it relates to what products are being used, do you feel like there's a product that was used heavily at the beginning of the year and there's another product being used more heavily at this part of the year? Because I feel like either one, we want to be prepared for all seasons. And I feel like with our team here, we've been prepared for all the seasons. So in the beginning of the year, what was the most popular, well-used product that you guys had?
Honestly, I would say that it's been the same between all of the products. And I think that really, depending upon what your specific need, no matter what the market is, any of these programs are going to help you become, get out ahead.
Mhm.
There are a lot of buzzwords in the news right now where, you're hearing a downturn and a lot of kind of doomsday sort of things. And sure, during COVID, things went absolutely bananas, right? It's no secret. But what we're seeing now is that we're going from maybe 120 miles an hour to 80 miles an hour. And it's still above what it was prior to COVID and pre pandemic. So it's still very, very much, an effective market. And it's still a good time to buy or sell. Don't listen to the craziness. It's just really about, what suits your specific needs. So
Perfect.
that
Well,
would
I
be
think that's a good transition, right? You said buy and or sell. So if we start
Mhm,
in that sequence, what would
mhm.
be our buy option? And then maybe we can move into having both options and we can move into the just selling option.
Great. Okay. So I'm going to kick it over to Richie, who is a dedicated mortgage advisor, and he can talk about our lending program as well as our other solutions that kind of work in congruency with that.
Perfect.
Great, thanks, guys. So, hi, my name is Richie. I'm well, I guess you can say I'm like the senior loan officer here at HomeLight. So, really, when it comes to the buying solutions, there's the most traditional solution that everyone knows about, which is go to the bank or go to the place that your friend said or your sister or your brother said to go get approved for a mortgage. Take that approval to your real estate agent, make an offer, and cross your fingers. But the problem with that is that it's exactly what it sounds like. I mean, it doesn't really, it doesn't sound very personal or tailored to your actual needs. But also at the same time, it's, an approval from one place might be good to buy a house in a completely different area. And an approval that comes from here may really only be good to buy a house here. Not to say that lenders are, that, you can't use somebody in Southern California to buy in Northern California or the other way around. That's not the case. But what you need is you need the experience for the folks of everybody on the team, not only your real estate agent, but also everybody else who's actually just like helping and actually, working on things behind the scenes. One of those things is that home loan. So, unlike traditional lenders, we do things a little differently. We do offer like a normal home loan, just like everybody does. However, our home loan actually has some hidden benefits in it that a lot of people don't really know about, which help you become a more, or at least look like you're a more aggressive buyer when you're making offers on homes without really having to do much at all other than, work to, you really just like work to get approved, you know? So with us, our lending solution is actually quite simple. The way it ends up working out is, first off, typically we'll have a conversation together. That way I can learn more about exactly what it is that you're looking for, and then I can then provide a recommendation on what to do next. Assuming all is well, one of those what to do next is let's get approved. With us, it's very simple online application. It's pretty easy, even if it's your first time. I would say it normally takes folks about 20, 30 minutes to complete, probably closer to 30 if it's your first time, but no big deal. Now, once that application is done, that loan file that you've now completed actually goes directly to our underwriting team. And our underwriting team, really an underwriter on a loan is the person who makes sure that, a specific, somebody qualifies for a mortgage. They're going to look through all the information on the application, as well as any documentation as well, like, proof that somebody has down payment funds or proof of their income. So, that underwriting review normally takes about a business day. Once it's done, we'll then have our approval results. And not only will you know, let's say, hey, good news, I'm approved, but you'll also know how high you can go. And that's when more than likely we're going to have another conversation to then speak more about numbers, because somebody might say, wow, I got approved for $2 million. Sure, you might be approved for $2 million, but do you really want to, are you in a position to say that you're comfortable making a mortgage payment on a $2 million home? Maybe you are, maybe you aren't, but that's literally what I'm here for, to kind of help you determine what you should be shopping for. Or also, in a case where you don't necessarily want to go too high, what you might not want to shop for, because the last thing you want is to buy the house of your dreams and then not have any money every single month after you make your mortgage payment. Now, with us, once approved, The cool thing is, well, like I said, you'll know how high you can go, but also we provide you with a guarantee. This means that it allows you to make your offer without the need of a loan contingency. It's like you're telling the seller essentially, hey, my guy over at HomeLight, everything's sorted out. I trust them with everything and anything. I don't need a contingency. I don't need Richie to then to come in and say, yes, I'm sure this property is okay. We already know that everything is going to be fine, which is absolutely true. And as part of our guarantee to just provide certainty to not only you guys, but also, also the sellers, when we have somebody approved, it's a guaranteed approval, meaning if it so happens that, let's say, as a lender, maybe somebody made a mistake. Well, if that happened with us, we would actually refund you, anything that you may have lost as a result. And this would be somebody's deposit. Once you get into contract on a home, you got to place a deposit. So we would actually be in a position to refund that if something were to go wrong. Now, it's not a threat. It's just kind of our way of saying, don't worry, everything's going to be fine, because at the end of the day, our goal is to actually get you into the home, but better yet, the right home. Now, aside from the home loan itself, we do also have a cash offer program where the easiest way to explain it for now is really just, if you're approved for a home loan with us, it's like saying you've done some work to complete the application. We've done some work to ensure that you're actually approved. Now, we feel so confident about that approval that we'll let you use our money to actually walk in to the house, to the home of your dreams and make a cash offer using our money, which by default, not really a surprise, and don't really need to say too much about it, but really, if you're making a cash offer on a home, you're more than likely going to come in and beat out all of the competition. So if you're, looking at the home at an open house, you see a cute little family come in and you say, wow, that's really cute. It looks like they really like the home. Well, what if you really love the home too and you want it for your family? Well, this is your chance to steal it away by using cash offer. Aside from just a home loan and the cash offer program, really it just kind of puts you in a position where you can make that ultra aggressive offer without the risk. Whereas most folks, if they end up going with a very traditional lender, if they're going in without certain contingencies, they're risking themselves for doing so. And they wouldn't have access to the cash program. So through us and Cici and team, you guys would actually have exclusive access to that program, allowing you guys to, really putting you guys, putting yourselves in a much better position to win the home, at a reasonable price without having to come in and overoffer God knows how much.
Thank you, Ricky. I know we've had a lot of success with some of our clients using both programs. So for anyone that that's in that boat, we've got proof, we've got results. So thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, and then we have a very special program I would like Lee to share some more about for our trade-ins.
Yes, so we are so excited to partner with you, with your agents and with you guys as clients to offer this trade-in program. It's really for people who are in the predicament of how are you going to sell your home and then buy a new home. I think of this transaction and this situation as sort of like a gigantic jigsaw puzzle where you have to get all the pieces to fit together seamlessly, to get everything to line up in terms of timing, to get everything to line up in terms of how are you going to afford your new house? Do you have to sell your current house? Can you afford to buy a new house? If you don't sell your current house, how much can you afford in your new house? Can you afford that dream house? And so trade-in really takes a lot of stress off of the table. And the reason I say this is that trade-in is really designed to help you sell your house before you buy your next house. And I don't even think that's the best description of it. I think it's to sell your house the same time that you're buying your new house so that you can move seamlessly from your home that you're settled in into the next home that you want to be settled in. Like for example, the last time I moved, I had a 6-month-old and a 2-year-old. Well, it was really, really a stressful time for me because we needed to sell our house before we could buy our next house. And so while we were living in our house, we had our house listed for sale. And I was getting calls from agents who wanted to bring people into my house when my baby was napping. Well, that was not convenient for me, let alone the fact that I also had a dog that I needed to get out of the house at the same time at a moment's notice to accommodate people coming into my house. It was super inconvenient. And then our house didn't sell at the right time, and to enable us to find a new house. So we had to move into short-term housing to sort of fill the gap in between when we sold our one house and had to move into our next house. Trade-in eliminates all that, because what HomeLight does is partner with your agent to get you a guaranteed offer on your current home at a percentage of the market value. Once you have that offer from us, then you can go out and start looking for your next dream home. Take your time to do it. You're not rushed into any decision. So you can really find the house that ticks all the boxes for you. And then at that point, when you find that dream house, you actually can remove the home sale contingency. So just as like what Richie was saying, that your offer will be really strong to potential sellers, with a trade-in offer, your offer is really strong because you're not writing an offer that says, hey, seller of the next house, I really want your house, I'm going to buy it, but you need to wait for me to sell my current house. That's really unattractive. Lots of things can go wrong. So it doesn't put you in a great position to win your next house. Okay. We want you to find the right home, like Richie says, and trade-in allows you that flexibility to find that. Then once you find that house and you have the offer accepted, because of course you didn't have the home sale contingency, you didn't have the financing contingency. We are going to essentially time everything up. I meet with our clients and the agents and I find out, what day are you moving into your next house? Well, HomeLight's not going to buy your house until literally 2 days before you get the keys to your next house. So when we buy your house, we eliminate that first mortgage. You go straight into getting your second mortgage for your new house. You don't have two mortgages at the same time, and you get just enough of window to move into your new house. You get settled into your new house. At that point, we work with your amazing agents to get your house listed and ready for sale. We're working with empty houses, which is amazing in terms of selling your house for top dollar and selling it quickly. And also, like I said, in my situation, I wouldn't have to deal with showings during my baby's nap time, right? Or dealing with your dog that might be at home or whatever. Working from home now is a huge thing. You don't have to worry about having a showing in the middle of an important conference call. So it's great. We get the house sold with your agent, and it's really the HomeLight philosophy that even though we own the home at that point in time, our clients are still at heart the homeowners. So when the house sells, our clients get the final upside from the sale, which is amazing. So really, bottom line, it's a way to sell your house with all those conveniences and certainty while still getting the full value from your home.
Thanks. I've heard, and Cici, correct me if I'm wrong, but homes that are vacant, so nobody living in it, and staged and cleaned and all of the things that your agent, Cici, and team would know how to do, they actually sell for 3 to 5% higher than market value, because they just shine. The curb appeal is there. You don't have the people in it, and you've already moved on. Is that true?
Yes,
I hear that number again.
I have a property right now that was on the market that was not the same way, working with another team, another agency, and we took it on after the fact. We staged it. It's sold. It's under contract already, and it's been, I don't know, maybe a week and a half, and they were on the market maybe 100 days before that. So yes, that's just happened today, right? That's today's example.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. I just recently had some plumbing work done on my bathroom. I work from home most of the time. I can't tell you, having people tromp in and out and trying to just even do daily life and kind of deal with people, contractors, anything, that's a huge stress as well. So just like Lee said, like it's better to move forward and into your new home before you have to worry about listing it.
Okay. Well, Mackenzie, tell us about this other program that we are hearing today.
Yeah, so there is another option. So everybody should be aware of companies like Open Door or OfferPad, which is the investor option, or iBuyer, they call it. And it's a great solution for people that just don't want to deal with the hassle. Truly the easy button to get out from underneath the property, whatever your situation may be, where we will work with your agent to value your property, and then we give you a cash offer at a percentage of the market value, and you won't have to pay any agent commissions or fees or concessions on top of that. And we can close escrow within 6 days. So it is the quick and easy button to get out from underneath your property fast without any of the hassle.
That's awesome. So I know everyone, each program has its own like Disneyland, right? Like this is the door to this Disneyland and this is the door to California Adventure. Does anyone have any questions? Because we kind of covered the surface of what each program covers, how it kind of works. Of course, they can all go in depth at detail. If we have any questions, we had scheduled this till 6:30 and I want to honor everyone's dinner times. So if we have any questions now, if anyone has anything, questions going once? Questions, advice?
I don't know. I think people are just a little too amazed at the trade-in cash offer and the easy, let's just sell the house like tomorrow, basically.
I agree. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah. So a couple of questions I know that some of our clients have asked for, how long do these processes take? So,
Sure.
so I know we've had a couple people ask about each one previously. We just kind of have like a timeline of getting started to get to the point where magic happens.
Who wants to go first? Or I can. I don't mind.
You go, Richie.
All right. So home loan and cash offer is insanely quick. So let's say if you were to apply today, we would expect to have approval results on your home loan by tomorrow, meaning that by tomorrow, you should be in a position to say, let's go shopping and make an offer on a house. Now, when you make the offer, we do have a couple of different versions of our cash program, and that's for another discussion. But typically, folks will make the offer on the new home, especially if they're using cash or really the home loan, to close in anywhere between 8 and 21 days. Now, if you need more time or the seller needs more time, great. But we start at 8 or 21 days, or just kind of in that range, which is going to put yourself in a really good position to be, pretty damn aggressive when it comes to offering on a house.
That's fast. That's incredible. Those two are also when we're writing offers in general. One is to have a clean contingency offer. The other one is to have those numbers and closing days. Those are already two attractive places that are going to put you ahead of the pack.
100%, I agree.
All right. Lee, how long does magic take?
Oh, yes. So trade-in, I like to say how fast it can work, but also how long it can work. Because sometimes we want to move really fast and sometimes we want to take our time and find the next house. So the perfect time to get started with trade-in is when you're thinking about moving, just putting your feelings out there, trying to decide how you might want to move. And if you do want to move, you want to get trade-in approved before that perfect house comes along. And the reason I say that is it takes at least a week usually for us to go from your initial meeting to having an offer ready to go for you, because there's some details that we want to take care of to make sure that we're giving you an offer that's in line with the market. And so at least a week, it's great to get. And it's one of those things where once you have it done, you can then take as long as you want to find your next house. So if the perfect home pops up, you're ready to go once we get through that initial offer period. But we've had clients who we've talked to initially with trade-in, gotten them ready to go, and then they haven't found a house for over a year. And we've worked with those clients too. So it really is on our client's timeline. It's true when we say that. So yeah, that's how it works.
That's awesome. So that gives you a lot of flexibility as far as because moving, I just did a whole session on moving being potentially stressful, right? Maybe we heard that somewhere. So you can do that as quickly or take your time as you like.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. And Mackenzie, what kind of magic you got over here? Well, how long does this one take?
Yeah. So simple sale as well. The approval process for properties is the same timeline as trade-in, actually. So expect it can take as as long as a week. It just really depends on how fast everybody is able to work towards that same goal. Now, if you have to, if you really have a timeline that is strict, then, work with your agent partner, and everybody together will come together to try and expedite the approval process. But once we are able to extend an offer onto a property, we can close in as few as 6 days. I've even had things go in as few as 3 days, 4 days. It just really depends on your situation. But that, again, it is the quick and easy button as well. So.
I can't even get in.
Thank you. Well, thank you
Yeah.
for all that information, you guys. I know I like to keep our speed sessions because it's a lot of information and we just need a little time to figure out what it is. And I also want to extend an invitation to anyone here that if you would like more information on any of these 3 programs, or if you would like to connect with any of our 3 experts here, I'm happy to connect you and we can start that conversation of what would be the right fit for you. And we can get those details down to what specifics that you need for your situation. And I know that we have all the resources available to help you. So I want to honor our time at 6:31. Thank you for joining us. And again, if you have any other questions or some more things you want to deep into. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Did you have a question, Pamela?
Oh, yeah, I got in. I listened to the whole thing and I was like, am I in or out? Oh, yeah. Well, the cash offer, does that, and you said something about the cash offer, and if it looks like you're really, really interested in that house, how does that work? Now you have to have that. What do people usually put down on a cash offer?
Got it. So it's really going to be dependent on what they want to do on their home loan. Because if I'm doing a cash offer for somebody, let's say if I'm doing a cash offer for you, first we would chat about the home loan details. Because at the end of the day, even let's say if I buy the house cash for you first, you're still going to end up with the same home loan that you would, even if you were just offering with a home loan. So depending on the scenario, typically, we can do cash offers with as little as, or really just our home loans in general, as little as 5% down. So it means that for the right home, if let's say you're planning on, let's say, purchasing this particular home and putting 5% down, great. Once approved, then we can do a cash offer on it. And at a high level, it's like saying, I'll move forward and buy the house for you cash. Like essentially we'll all make the offer together. It'll show up in your name and it'll show that it's cash. Let's say the seller accepts the offer, great. Then a few days later, my team has to buy the property cash. And then we just finish the financing with you as like anybody normally would if they're buying a house with a home loan.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's kind of like saying like, we have a seller, they have a house, and not to be too rude to them, but let's say we say, hey seller, here's $1 million. We're going to buy it cash from you. Are you good with that? And if they accept, we say, great. We buy the house cash and we say, seller, thanks for your time, but we'll see you later. Now the seller's out of the picture. That way, then we can all kind of sit back and relax and just, then finish up the financing for you. And then as soon as that's done, which is expected by day 21, then you get the keys, it's your house, you move in, it's all set.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great.
Perfect. Do you have any
Thank
other
you.
questions, or anyone else have any other questions? That was a great one. Thank you.
Thanks.
Okay. Well, again, we have access to these. These are our new friends, right? Lee, Richie, and Mackenzie. We hang out on Tuesday nights for happy hour at 6 o'clock this week. If we want to do it again another time, we're happy to have them back. And again, if you have any specific questions, we're happy to get on and speak to your specific situations. But thank you so much for joining us, everyone.
Oh, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.